All right, so here we have the tier list for Mordhau Transgenders. I actually made this myself. A lot of research was done to make sure that we were able to appropriate the amount of transgenders as well as transgender respecters that we could, right? So a lot of painstaking effort went into creating this list, and I'm pretty sure we're going to judge this pretty fairly. Now, I want to know this is not canned. Nothing is written down, no script. All right, this is just purely my individual opinion, which by the law of transference also applies to everyone in hierarchy. So if you ask anybody in hierarchy, they will tell you that they have the exact same opinion as me, and that's just a fact. So how about we get started here? And nobody should take offense to this because all transgender men and women are beautiful, and some are just more beautiful than others, and some are just smarter than others, and that's just life. That's just how people are. So let's begin. We're gonna go from left to right. We're gonna judge these fairly. So degenerated dwarf here. Now he is not a transgender, so obviously he goes in honorable mentions. That part is clearly scripted. Um, this man, he's like 50 years old. He's from South America, which, interestingly enough, has quite a lot of femboys and transgenders. So it's only natural that he would be a transgender respecter. And I want to note that his Discord flag right now is the LGBTQ plus flag, which is highly respected in hierarchy. If you actually have that flag, you get our Employee of the Week role in the Discord. So good on Dwarf, good on Dwarf. Very respectful. Now Eris. Let's move on to Eris. Now, this one's a toughie. I would not say C, but definitely S or A. It's difficult to say because at first, I will say this. As far as being transgender, the realism of the transgender quality, I would say very high. S tier. Because I legitimately thought that Eris was a biological female for months. I really did. But she surprised me. She shocked me. And, for that, I was a little disappointed because I thought it was a real biological female. I was going to hook up. I really was, but I decided not to. So we're going to put her in A tier. Just because I felt slighted by that, and I'm going to spite her by putting her in A tier. Now, Hodor, not transgender, could be bisexual, though. We have not ascertained the facts 100% in his case, but definitely a transgender respecter. He put his pronouns in his Discord status for like a month. Another user on here, Yokai, big Yokai respecter, big Zaxasaur respecter. So huge honorable mention there for Hodor. He runs the MFC. Just an awesome guy, all in all, right? So that's just an obvious one. Now Hism. This one, I'm going to have to say C tier because he won't actually tell you he's transgender, but he actually is, right? So I know this for a fact because he has told everyone that he is actually 5'3", and I asked him, "Well, why are you 5'3"?" And he told me, "I don't like the body that I'm in, so I had my ankle surgically shortened," and that is a classic transgender technique. But he's never actually explicitly told me he's transgender, so for that he's going in C tier, right? Or should I say she? But not confirmed, right? So I have to use he. I want to be very mindful of pronouns, but I have to warn you guys. I used to be ignorant, right? So I have some difficulties saying that out loud, right? But let's move on. Let's move on. Lita. Now Lita, definitely, definitely S tier because when I first met Lita, I was absolutely convinced that this was a biological female. In fact, she would say that she's a biological female. Everyone in the Mordhau community would say that this is a biological female, but I just don't believe it. Honestly, call it a hunch, call it whatever you want. I don't buy it. That's really all I have to say on that. But excellent female impersonator. I love it. Now, Nate here, also known as Swako, but most profoundly known as Nate. Huge transgender respecter. Definitely goes, I would even say, above Dwarf and Hodor on the list, as he has frequently attempted to groom underage transgender people. I mean, he's underage, so I'm not even saying there's anything wrong with that. But big groomer, big respecter. Love that guy. He's definitely going in honorable mentions. Pyra. Now, I put these two next to each other because they're very linked, right? So Nate and Pyra, who knows what's going on there? We're not here to speculate, but definitely a newcomer to the transgender field, right? Very, very big newcomer. We're going to put her in B tier. I will say this transgender is kind of a more the reclusive type. Doesn't really tell people they're transgender. I've never really heard much from her. No complaining about cisnormativism. So I don't really know what her opinions are. Could be a homophobic transgender person for all I know, which is the worst of the worst, really. So we're gonna have to put her in B tier. Songzi. Now I respect that she puts out the fact that she's a transgender through the profile picture. You see the anime, you know 100% this is a transgender. Um, and you even see the Eastern feminine name, Lilia. I don't even know what that means. That's just awesome. Honestly, that's just epic, awesome. PogChamp, as the kids nowadays say. So definite A tier, definite A tier. And the competition is tight here, right? I'm trying to be fair, but I can be a little critical sometimes. So excuse me. All right. Now, Yokai. Yokai is, in addition, a newcomer to the transgender field. However, yokai, it's just difficult to say. It's difficult to ascertain because every time I've ever spoken to him, he's complaining about cisnormativism, heteros, and that's based, honestly. That's absolutely based. So I would say middling A tier, and this has nothing to do with the fact that he's Jewish, but he's just very disrespectful, and I don't even buy half of what he says. So is he really transgender? I don't know. Maybe he's just saying that. I mean, like I said, I'm not here to judge. I respect everyone's gender identity, but who knows? Kid's a troll. So, now that I think about it more, C tier. C tier transgender. Now we got the last, saving the best for last. We got Zaxasaur. I've known this guy for a very long time. He was in the first Mordhau clan I'm in. He's amazing at Mordhau. Sorry, she. I apologize, really do, profusely. She's very good at Mordhau, very open about her transgender lifestyle. Her androgynous features are very evident. You can just tell the minute you talk to her. Very involved in the Mordhau community. Definite S tier, right? So, folks, this is the Mordhau transgender tier list. Feel free to make one of your own. I'd like to hear your guys' opinions in the comment section. What you guys think about my list, because I put a lot of thought into this, and I really hope you guys have some new ideas that I didn't really think about. That's going to be hard to come across because I really thought about this for a long time, and my brain is a quantum computer, and I think at least 2,000 times faster than your average person. So, good luck with that. But hope you guys enjoyed this tier list, transgender tier list, and catch you on the flip side, gamers.
Fat rat clapper, a bone snapper. Fuck it in the butt, that's a cold grabber. Pussy hit, different feel good when I stab her. Rat dick fit, drips, cushy when I slap her. Big thick dick, tear it up in the rat fur. Hands wrap around, pulls quick on the crapper. Running at a rat's time to turn kidnapper. Bust down a wall, I'm a rodent attacker.